Welcome to Capital Flash.
Professor Franks, let me ask you, I listened to your and Ms. Hemingway's testimony and Professor Turley's, so I got part of it. As I understand it, your position, Professor Franks, is that, I think you used the word myth. It is a myth that the Biden administration used government to compel speech, private speech, but that the Trump administration is doing that. Is that a fair characterization?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you think perhaps you're allowing your personal political beliefs to affect your objectivity here?
No, I do not. What is guiding my answers here is that I'm looking to see what the Supreme Court has said. You notice that in the testimony about the censorship industrial complex.
I got that part.
No, I just
got
want
that
to
part.
clarify.
No, but I've only got 5 minutes. Your answer is no, as I appreciate it. Let me ask you a couple questions. You wrote a law review article in December of 2023 for the New York University Law Review, and it was about the two cases, Bruin, Supreme Court case, and Dobbs. Remember that article?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In this article, you said, I'm going to quote your words, "Taken together, these two cases demonstrate that the Supreme Court has embraced the use of the Constitution as a tool of racial patriarchy," end quote. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went on to say, quote, "When the Supreme Court declares that there is a constitutional right to armed self-defense in public, it openly embraces and promotes a culture that privileges white men's ability to terrorize and kill those that they perceive as threats," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I believe so. Thank you for reading.
Okay. And did you also say in that article, I'm going to quote again, quote, "by simultaneously expanding white men's right to kill and constricting women's right not to die, this Supreme Court," referring to the current United States Supreme Court, "has turned the Constitution into a homicide pact as well," close quote. Did you write that?
That sounds like me.
Okay. In November of 2024, you tweet, don't you?
I'm not sure what the current terminology is for it, but yes, I am sometimes on the social.
Welcome back to Capital Flash, your home for everything Senate hearings, political accountability, and real-time reactions straight from Capitol Hill. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us as we break down the most intense moments in American politics. Today, we're diving into a heated exchange that unfolded during a Senate hearing, and trust me, this one had fireworks. So the clip we're reacting to features a senator questioning Professor Franks regarding her statements on free speech, the Supreme Court, and tweets she previously made online. Right from the start, we see tension. The senator apologizes for missing part of the testimony, but wastes no time getting into the core of his concern, whether Professor Franks' views are influenced by personal political bias. He asks directly, "Do you think perhaps you're allowing your personal political beliefs to affect your objectivity?" She responds confidently, "No, I do not." And just like that, the confrontation begins. The senator then reads quotes from an article Franks wrote, where she argued that recent Supreme Court decisions reflect racial patriarchy and privilege white male power in matters of gun rights and bodily autonomy. She confirms she wrote those words without hesitation. The senator presses harder, quoting more lines accusing the Supreme Court of promoting a culture where white men can terrorize and kill, and even calling the Constitution a homicide pact. Now here's where the hearing shifts tone. Instead of sticking to the core issue of government influence and censorship, the senator brings out old tweets, controversial ones. He reads them aloud, including a post claiming the majority of Americans hate women, and challenges her objectivity and credibility. Franks pushes back, questioning the relevance of those tweets to the actual hearing topic, and you can feel the frustration building. The senator insists she answers, repeatedly asking, "Did I read that correctly?" By this point, it's less a policy discussion and more a clash of ideology. The senator questions how someone with such strong political statements can testify on neutrality and government censorship, eventually even throwing in sarcasm. "You heard of curb your enthusiasm? Here's my saying, curb my nausea." The room reacts, time expires, and the chairman cuts things off. A dramatic finish. So let's talk about what we just watched. Was the senator exposing bias or derailing the conversation? Did Professor Frank stand her ground well or avoid the questions? This moment shows the tension that defines modern politics, not just policy versus policy, but worldview versus worldview. We saw issues of free speech, judicial interpretation, gender, race, and public rhetoric collide under the Senate spotlight. And that's what we cover here. Not to tell you what to think, but to give you the information, tone, and context so you can decide for yourself. If you enjoy breakdowns like this, drop a comment below. Speaking head, do you think personal tweets and law review statements should matter in congressional testimony? Thumbs up like this video if you want more Senate hearing reactions. Bell subscribe to join our community as we keep shining a light on Capitol Hill, one hearing at a time. This is Capitol Flash. Stay informed, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next hearing.